for Sky Temple. You can see that the temples will periodically awaken, and you just have to stand within their grounds to capture the power as well and hold the temples. Do note that there will be some temple guardians that are really badass and irritating. They're not really doing a lot of damage, but this guardians makes it very hard for any specific hero to absorb the full duration of this temple. So you want to make sure that you have more than one hero there, or a hero that can really heal, or a hero that can really very much tank up a lot of damage and may not necessarily die easily. So that is the map that we have here, Sky Temple. And if you look at the draft, you have very nice synergy. I would say BWF is looking more of a BWOF, sorry, is looking more of a wombo combo lineup, which is okay. They don't have much sustain. As long as Team Burden doesn't stay too cluttered together, they should still be able to do a lot of good damage while the Void Prison is going on. They just need to make sure that the DPS is safe and both tanks don't get caught in the VP. The moment both tanks get caught in the VP, the backline is completely wide open, and that's where you have a lot of flowers on the floor. So that's it, Sky Temple, one of my personal favorite maps. It's also part of the Luxoria patch, I think, with a Tomb of the Spider Queen. Both maps really fun, and you can see that the theme of these two maps are slightly more Egyptian looking, and I've got very nice touch to it all as well. There's some lore as to how Sky Temple is related to Tomb of the Spider Queen. If you check on the small little surprise at the well below the boss here, in this map, you will also see that there is some Harrison Jones looking dude that will come out with a spider gem. So that actually signifies that Tomb of the Spider Queen is actually a map that's below Sky Temple. And I do believe most of you guys don't know this. But yeah, it's actually a fun fact for all of you guys who, if you know it, then that's fantastic. If you don't, now you know. So that said, this map, we've also got a total of 2 Bruiser Camp, 2 Siege Camp, and 1 Boss Camp. Now the Boss Camp is slightly positioned down south with the Siege Camps. So normally teams really like to put the Specialists down south, because the first 2 temple, it will spawn in the top and mid lane. And that spawns at the same particular time here. And that is where I do believe that, you know, you want to make sure that your Specialists can push a little bit better. I mean, they're Specialists, right? So their main job is to really just push the lane and hopefully see how it goes here. So just doing a bit of a volume check. Do let us know in the Twitch chat if the game sound is too loud or if my sound is a little bit too soft, and we'll see how that works out. No worries, I've got moderators here looking at the chat. So that's it. I do believe we are now ready, and I hope that we can go into game real soon. Still waiting on the complete list of players to come into the lobby before we start. And yeah, Sky Temple, best of 1. A lot of things are on the line. I really love best of 1 because of the insane amount of hype that the game brings. Specifically speaking, in a tournament, teams hate best of 1. But as a caster, you really just love it so much. Lots of action, no room for error. There's only one shot, one chance. And yeah, as a qualifier, I think it's fine. We've got 4 different qualifiers in Malaysia specifically. And if you look at this one here, it is only the 3rd one. So if teams don't qualify, they can always come back for the 4th one. Also, there's a lot of money on the line here. I do believe the first place will win 2,200 Malaysia ringgit. And that's a lot. That's a lot of money, really. It's also one of the more interesting facts here is that Malaysia boasts one of the highest qualification prize pool. So that's where you see a lot of teams coming into play for money, even right before the national finals. They also have one of the biggest prize pool for the first place winners of the national finals. So those are really interesting stats here. And yeah. So Sky Temple, we're waiting to load up into the game. I think they have already clicked on the start button. As you can hear the sound, the music slightly changing right now in the background. And let's see how this pans out here. Awesome stuff. Alright, so now going into game, we have on the blue team, Team Burden. And on the left hand side of this entire map, because Snowbell onto the Murding, Kant on Anubarak, RXQ onto Malfirin, and Don there playing as the Sylvanas, PKL onto Kilthas. And on the red team, all the way to the right side of this map, we have BWOF, and it is going to be Cat's Boss onto the Johanna. Nate there playing as the Feldstad, Kyril Soul onto the Zeratul, Eleanor, 88, and onto the Vala last but not least, Myrene as the Brightwing. So far going in straight up for the introduction. Snowbell waltz in a little bit, lands a stun on a seemingly invisible Zeratul. Wonders how she knows about it already. Kepal's pulling back. Khan's going a little bit too deep on the right side. Now going to pull back as well. Getting blinded by the shield glare from Johanna. And I guess there's not going to be any kills right now in this instance here. So if you're checking on the talent, you can see Lost Soul being picked up by Sylvanas, and it's a little bit of a different build here by Dawn. Normally, players don't go for this. They really like with the wind because it really increases the range of kill, and I think that it's just really important for the Withering Fire to connect those last hits there, and having the extra range allows Sylvanas to play slightly safer. Not to say that that the Lost Soul is not good at all. It's still okay. It's just some of those talents that really helps pushing a little bit better. That could say that, that could show that this Sylvanas is really more interested in pushing as compared to doing a lot more damage in team fights. We got PKL, it's very nice. Kel'Thas up with a Mana Addict to help with sustaining in the mid and late game. And quickly you can see Kyriel's Soul coming already as the Zeratul, and a quick blink out as well. There's also the Beetle build up on Unabarak, and also Reverberation, which is going to be a sign of a clapping Mountain King, Muradin there, and Scouting Drone from Elfurion. Now on BWF, it is going to be Greater Cleave, which is a bit of an increased radius on Zeratul, as well as Scouting Drone now for Brightwing, and a very standard power throw for Hammerang. Rancor is interesting. Let's talk about that a little bit later here. And it looks like Donjo's nearly died there in the bottom lane, and that's it. The last talent here is going to be Reinforced, which is a very standard, kind of like survival kind of thing for Johanna. And that's it, top lane Johanna. Speaking about survival, didn't really work out for her there. She's going to go down very, very quickly. So, speaking about Rancor, let's see if we got time to talk about Rancor in a while. No, we don't. So, the mid temple going to the red team, the top temple going to the blue team. No one knows who's there anyway. Snowbell walks in, lands a stun only on Vala, and will pull back. And bottom lane, you got Don there, really nicely spamming that Shadow Dagger and doing whatever he can to push the lane. And top lane, the blue temple is already destroying away the tower as well as what looks like the gate. The mid temple getting some form of contest here. RXQ just nicely walked into a Zeratul. They don't want to be there. Snowbell also going to pull out. Red team retains control of the mid temple. Top temple nicely expiring. And Snowbell coming in with Reverberation on the ground with the Thunderclap being used. RXQ now facing off with Feldstats. Very nice hammering. Also the root coming out. Snowbell dropping really low. Eleanor pulling back in for the kill, but will get rooted by the entangling roots at the end of the day here. So top lane, a lot of damage there. Mid lane, also seemingly a lot of problem. But this is why I would say the Red team has got a slight advantage here because of the fact that the mid temple took out the healing well. And teams normally want to try and fight for the mid temple in the first wave of temples simply because of the fact that the mid healing well will go down if all charges of the temple, of the mid first temple goes to one team. And that's exactly the case here for the blue team. They don't have a healing well in the mid lane, so rotation is going to get slightly affected, and we'll see what happens henceforth. So back to Rancor. This is actually going to be a right-click Vala build here, and it's also going to be Manticore as well. So that said, really a lot of right-click damage coming in. That's it, getting a bit of a hex. It's a PK out there as well. And Kyriel dropping. Dawn goes in for the kill. The poison is going to connect. Zeratul goes down. RXQ going to pull back as well. And it seems like Feldstead and the Brightwing will call it quits. Mid lane, Snowbell facing off with a very aggressive Vala from Eleanor. Eleanor doing a pretty good job to box Snowbell out of position here. And to try to suck up the lane. Top lane seems pretty much in favor for the blue team. Nothing exceptional happening in this lane here. So we'll see what happens as we go on. That's it. It seems like right now you can see that both teams picked up very nice talent, and we'll see what else we can do. Give me a moment here. Seems like we got some technical sound difficulties.
You got my attention, laddie.
All right, so hopefully you can hear me slightly better right now, and let's see what else is happening in this map here. We have the Envenom up on the Sylvanas as well as Unstable Poison, so it is going to be a pushing, Sylvanas at the end of the day. With Envenema, very nice choices of talents there. Unstable Poison only works if there's a huge creep. Oh, nice stun on the Zeratul, and Flame Strike goes down. Zeratul's going to slowly dwindle down, but it seems like Muruji is not going to pick up the kill at the end of the day as well. And the Hearthstone Mount just looks so good on Eleanor there. The rest of the team swinging by. Kans comes in, stuns on the Vala as well as the Gravity Lapse. Flame Strike goes down. And also going to see Jonathan 4-man condemn. Blind shield coming out in the form of shield glare. And that said, Kans is not able to do anything. Skills are all still on cooldown here. Don dropping quite low right now. Mages go down. Needs to be very careful. And Zeratul the clear from behind. Again, more shield glare coming in. Cat Paws dropping as well. 5 men still alive on the blue team. 2 men down on the red already. That's a Don. Still very, very clutch amount of HP there. They got to be very careful with this Sylvanas here. Well, very well guarded. It is, in fact, slightly better guarded than my own bank account. But yeah, let's just say that it's fair. So let's look at kill thrust here. We got Nether Wind Up, which is going to increase the range and speed by 30%. Fusion Bomb, which is okay. So normally kill thrust, they would go with double gravity lapse boost in the first 2 talent, simply because of the fact that you really want to increase cooldown for a stacking gravity lapse. But for PKL here, I think he really likes the extra mana, so they're still okay. Not much of trouble there. Nice to see Kans actually breaking out the Beetle build for a increased slow on the bit of bobs here for the Impale skill. So that's pretty okay as well. And also we're going to see the local Swarm, Phoenix, Willing Arrow, Avatar, and Tranquility. So this level 10 blue team, Team Burden, is actually looking at a lot of increased DOT damage. You're looking at Phoenix, you're looking at Locust Swarm. Avatar soaking most of that up. Tranquility sustaining the team for sure. And to finish off the talent analysis here for Team Burden, we got Piercing Bolt. We're just going to stun 2 targets, as well as the Enduring Growth and Protective Shield. Now for the Raid team, we got follow through, focus attack, but not the health regeneration. So this is actually still going to be the standard, not so standard Zeratul. Why do I say that? Normally Zeratul will pick up the health regeneration because of increased sustainability in the mid to late game, but this one here just wants increased AoE on the cleave. So that should still have some points there as well. Let's see, Snowbell should be okay. Yep, still have the Dwarf Toss, should still be alright. And back to the level 10. Hold that thought. Condemn, connecting on 2 now. And the blue team pulling back. If you look into the Raid team's heroics here, you got the VP up, Emerald Win. Now that's a shocker. Hinterland Blast, Rain of Vengeance, as well as Blessed Shield. So that means that the Raid team doesn't really have good abilities to heal up in this particular game. And they are not looking to sustain. What they're looking at is a lot of CC, a lot of wombo combo. They probably will want to try and burst down the kill test a little bit earlier. Kans goes in, lands a good stun now. Cat spawns, gonna pull back. Here comes the Emerald for disconnect. Hit the blast, doesn't connect. Unfortunately, Wailing Arrow also missing terribly. Phoenix comes down, substantial damage being dealt, and the bird is gonna go down as well. That says Savannah's now gonna try and pull back. Not gonna be good enough though. Will effectively go to Wallace hit, but it seems like it's gonna miss at the end of the day. A great save there by the Bright Wing. So 1 man down on red team. Not a lot of damage has been dealt just yet, and so far new temples spawning already. So far looking so good right now for the blue team. Of course, red team, they are effectively on the same talent level, so they can still take a team fight if they want to. Biggest problem I have right now is that they're not able to survive long enough. If you see that they've got pretty squishy heroes there as well, and the setup's not good enough. They shouldn't have picked the fight right there without the Avoid Prison. That's where I find that it's a little bit challenging for them to fight that team fight without the VP. Gravity Labs doesn't connect. And it seems like it's not going to be a good hunting day here for the blue team. They're all just going to pull back. 6 kills is to 1 kill. Team Burden slightly ahead in this game. Best of 1 again. BWF maybe in a lot of trouble. They are slowly starting to feel the snowball effects of this map already. Also, do note that this map was being picked by the red team. So they pick Sky Temple, expecting a strategy here, but it's only a wombo combo. We'll see what else they can afford. So bottom temple goes to the blue team, top temple goes to the red team. And that's it. We're looking at the top healing well going down. It is going to go down completely. And for the red team, all 3 forts are already demolished. Those 3 are outer forts here. So that means that the inner fort is completely exposed. And let's see what happens here. Also, blue team's next up, the boss camp. Just in a nick of time. Temple actually is going to expire. So I don't think they will be able to make it all the way up here, up north, where they can try and pick off this temple. I don't think it's actually going to get done. Maybe they're going to try and look for a bit of a bottom lane push with the boss here. We'll see what the blue team decides to do. They are 1 talent ahead, but only for a short while. Red team going to get their level 13 real soon. We got Evasive Fire, we got Flamethrower, as well as Spell Shield and Burning Rage with Life Seed here. So that actually helps with more heals on Malfurion. Generally, players don't realize this, but this is actually a very, very important talent for Malfurion at level 13. The Life Seed allows more heals, and that's really important. That's it. Also going to see the Burning Rage up on Muradin, so that's very aggressive. Muradin not really going for those standard, tank talents here. Snowbell just really playing very aggressively. Spell Shield up on Anubarak, so I would expect this is going to be okay. They still have got one primary tank, and that would be the Anubarak. We got Snowbell up with the slightly more aggressive build, and I think it should still kind of work kind of well. Ultimately, it is going to be up to the damage dealers, which will be the Kel'Thas as well as Savanas, to make things work. That said, Avatar getting popped out quickly. Snowbell in position, looking for more Dove Toss into 2. Not going to land a stun. Here goes also the Thunderclap. Cat Paws into position already on the VP. Nate not going to land anything, and also going to miss the Rain of Vengeance. Kans goes in. Nice 2-man stun. Emerald Wing comes out. Seems like the Hinterland Blast does minimal damage. Myring goes down. Cat Paws in a lot of trouble right now. That's a Dawn on the hunt, and Venom goes in and picks up the kill at the end. 3 men down on the red team. Team Burden now bludgeoning the way into the top part of this map. The inner fort is exposed. The gate is down. The towers are gone. And it seems that the healing well is only going to be a cooldown for just about 5 seconds for one hero. But Zeratul has just got minimal impact in this game. You could say that a VP connector on 3, the backline completely exposed, but they don't have a way to dive the backline. So this kind of wombo combo doesn't really work against a dual tank meta. Top fort, I'll keep in, some players' sense here, will drop. And by the way, why we call the top second tier keeps is because of the fact that we want to try and distinguish the difference between a fort and keep. Although the game kind of recognizes it as the same thing. So it's 5 fort, still up in the life for the blue team, and 2 fort left for the red team. But we want to try and call the tier 2 skips just to make sure that players understand, or rather you guys in the audience understand this clearly, and we'll have a very nice second nature. So I'm trying to adjust to that call phase, and we'll see what happens. So 5v5, blue team, we want talent up. Let's look at the talent choices a little bit later. So far, it looks very, very refreshing and fine. Nothing very, very special just yet. Cat Paws in a lot of trouble. Snowbell hammering already onto the Johanna. Kyriel Soul there in a little bit of a good position. Blast Shield being used, and Cat Paws now gonna go down. Kant goes in, does a lot of damage with the Impel, and here comes the Rain of Vengeance, and the Hinterland Blast misses terribly. Red team gonna try and pull back there. 2 men down. More to ensue here. Blue team punishing them really hard. Not going to go in for any more kills here. They are going to just pull back. So if you check in on the talents here, Cold Embrace, that maximum effect there. And you can also see that this is the standard kill plus talent pickups. Anubra with a Bluff of Blood with extra burst there, which is why he was able to pick up 1 kill without much of any animation there. It's really tricky. There's also going to be the increased impact range. And seems like the radius as well for Dove Toss. Normally, teams will actually go for extra stun for utility, but this is just going to mean that they want to try and slow as many people as possible. They want to try and help to deal some extra damage. Muradin is really invested in damage at this point in time. So that said, the last talent here for the blue team actually is going to be Tenacious Root, which is very standard, nothing exceptionally special here. It's just basically a longer stun area as well as duration. For the red team, they are only a level 13 talent with level 15, very close to level 16 already. We got Assassin Blade, which is okay, as well as Sprint going there, ton of strikes coming out, and Tempered by Discipline. So this is really going to be a right-click Vala, and it's not really working out right now because Vala is one of the primary targets for Team Burden, and they want to make sure that it stays differently for the red team at least. It's also going to be Burning Rage for Johanna, so Johanna's damage is pretty okay. Let's check in on the damage. Actually, no, Johanna's kind of killing in comparison, maybe because she doesn't have the chance to use Burning Rage as much as yet. But yeah, so 16,000 of a fell stat. It seems like the primary target is the Vala for the blue team. They are very sticky right now. Needs to be very careful. If one good VP comes down, it could actually turn the tide here for the red team. Blue team in good position. Flamestrike connecting on Myrene. Myrene with some heals there. Kyriel So with a quick blink in. Not gonna land a VP just yet. Just one cliff. More persistent damage from PKL's Flamestrike, and it's really working out. Oh, the VP misses terribly, and Kyriel now not able to do anything. Won't be able to blank out. Johanna in a lot of trouble. Here comes also the Emerald Wind, and Kant with all those beetles there. Locust Swarm out for calls, still not going to do enough damage to pick up the Zeratul, but here comes a flying Muradin and a 2-man stun. Effectively, Vala is his straight. The Phoenix comes out. The core in a lot of trouble here for the red team. Roots to buy more time. Myrin without the Emerald win here. 30 seconds before the respawn. And it seems that Red Team in even more trouble here. More stuns from Guns. Core down to 30%. Team Burden majors advance. BWF's life will expire here. And it seems like they are done with this third qualifier. Great game played by Team Burden, of course. You could see that they had such a good positioning, but I would say that it is a little bit of a waste because there's a lot of combos on the Red Team, and ways that can actually improve is really just to make sure that you are able to land those skills in tandem, and more importantly, you can land them in a very good safe fashion. But unfortunately, that just didn't happen. Zeratul VP wasn't the best of all, and Felstad Hinterland Blast was just not able to connect without any proper setup. They have two very good setups, the Johanna, Zeratul. Technically, the draft would have worked a little bit better, but because of a lack of a dive comp, so they are not able to go into the backlines and pick up players who are not in the VP. And generally, I think Team Burden knew exactly what kind of a draft this is. They played it really well. They didn't get stuck into any form of VP there, and even if they were stuck in there, they still somehow managed to get out of it, and that's really impressive on their part. So that's it. We're checking if we got a replay up for you guys. Nope, we don't have that, unfortunately. So yeah, we are just setting up our equipment here in Malaysia. But we're going to look at the brackets for today as well. So TB advancing, TG, a lot of T names here. So teams, please, if you do sign up for this competition, don't call yourself T something. It just isn't very, very sexy. I've got a list of team names here. Team Ghost, TG, advancing as well. And TR is, I think, Revenger. And we also got Team Papoy. So that's TPP there, fighting against CCT, Choo Choo Train. Very, very innovative and challenging names here, for sure. Very cute names, really. If you haven't realized, Team Papoy actually is, I think they're big fans of the Minion movie that is in the cinemas right now. So that's really, really awesome. But yeah, so next up we will have, I think in the top 8 semifinals, we have Team Burden up against Team Ghost. And Ghost versus Burden would be a very interesting match to watch. We also got on the other side of this bracket games that are not played yet. Team Papoy versus Choo Choo Train. So we're just updating here. So this is the correct one. Yeah, here we go. Finally. Good stuff. I think it is going to be Burden up against Ghost on the semifinals on the top half of that bracket. And bottom, it is going to be Papoy versus CCT. There is one walkover for TG. Hobos of the Storm. Sorry, for Hobos of the Storm. So, hang on. This bracket is slightly confusing. They're still fixing it. Alright, without any protest here, of course, we are still going to try and fix the bracket for you guys. But, yeah, as you can see, what's absolutely correct is the games won. And I'm expecting the first semifinal to be between Burden and Ghost. And the bottom one will have Heroes playing off against what seems like Papoy and CCT. So let's see if this is correct. Oh, finally! Is this correct? Okay. Alright, so, my bad. My production team screwed up. I'm gonna apologize for them. We have got on the top half of this bracket, Burden winning BWOF, and they're gonna go up against HOTS, which stands for Hobos of the Storm. Very cute name. We have also on the bottom half of this bracket, Ghost winning Revenger, and Ghost now in the semifinals. Papoy versus Choo Choo Train, not played yet, and we are going to prepare that game for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this BO1, and of course, casting live in Malaysia. By the way, if you are in Malaysia, please, please, please come down to Invasion. It's so expensive for me to fly here. Just be here. It would really, really be my pleasure to meet the Malaysian community and to talk to you guys at least and hang out for some very, very good tea. They say Malaysian tea is fantastic. So yeah, that's what I want to do. Also, shout out to all of you guys who tuned in a little bit earlier. Apologies for some form of delay on our part. We were setting up all the equipment. But yeah, so now going for a short break, and we'll be right back with the next game in just under 5 minutes. So don't go anywhere, and see you guys real soon. Multi-shot build as well, and it's going to be Vengeful Roots, which spawns 3N. Malfurion choices and talents a little bit unorthodox here. And hitting 3 targets with face melt reduces cooldown. So this is going